We all are making efforts with our sincere heart. We want to follow Baba, and we also want to glorify Baba through our thoughts, words, and actions. And when we make efforts from heart, we receive Baba's blessings. Today I realize that efforts definitely bring reward, but to make efforts consistently without any obstacles, Baba's blessings are important. So, what brings blessings to me? How I can combine efforts and blessings so that my state is steady, consistent, and then becomes also effort free, means no laboring. We all have love for Baba. We have faith in Baba, and we want to accomplish and reach to our destination. So, whenever we do some kind of extra renunciation, which is called sacrifice, or when we take high jump, when we use determination to bring big transformation, Baba looks at each one of us and Baba start appreciating our sacrifice or our high jump or anything special we do. Baba showers blessings on us because Baba is the one who is leading us in this path. Baba is the one who is our source of strength and support. Baba is our guide. He's taking us on this pilgrimage, and is the one taking us to home. So many souls in the world are suffering, wandering, and we send Sakash for them to be liberated. But Baba reminds us that the gates of liberation has to open. So Brahma Baba with children will open the gates of liberation. So we have to be ready. Generally, when we have to vacate home, if there are any calamities, everyone has their bag packed so that they can leave within few moments. But when we souls have to return home, then I have to carry in our bag the sanskars of golden age. So we have to reflect what sanskars I have to emerge. So within 18 to 20 hours of the day, at least once each form should be immersed for 10 minutes, 15 minutes to become a seed in seed form stage and to experience deep silence. Eternal form is a very, very good practice. Keep immersing it so that there is new beginning. And that beginning is of Adi Sarup, golden aged beginning. You experience golden aged moments and you remind yourself of your worship worthy status. And as a Brahmins, and stay close to Baba as angels. Angels are very close to God and always ready to fly to bring message of God to everyone for the protection so combining this with remembrance, the pilgrimage of remembrance give us the experience of moving beyond awareness of this body. Yes, I'm seated in the body, but emerging all different forms and be Swardarshan Chakradhari. And it is the chakra which is used to destroy the devils which create obstacles in the establishment of divinity. Now, experience the sweetness of remembrance of Baba. Remembrance is very sweet. It creates love. It creates so sweet silence. And in this sweet silence, I look at my sweet Baba, his sweetness and his fullness, his cheerfulness. Is I want to take it, follow it, and get it as blessing from Baba.
Om Shanti, welcome to Avyakti Parivar. So today is our day 12 pilgrimage of remembrance.
Om Shanti. I was remembering that Dadi Janki used to say when we tell her something, and after a little while we go, she said, I just forgot. That is past. So I used to wonder what she meant. And then whatever is essential, she will remember. Everything forgotten. With Brahma Baba also, if you go and say something from past, he will look at you as if he doesn't know or he doesn't want to hear. So I had been experiencing something. It could be of interest to you. Plus, when I say, think when Baba says, angelic stage, awake stage, Today's our angelic day is of being double light. So one is through purity, the sparkle of light keep increasing, the soul's brightness, light keep increasing. Because purity gives us the crown of light, right? And our numbers in golden age relationships will be based on the light. That means when soul reach to the maximum purity, then it's like completely flawless diamond. So what I feel that sometimes I have to really, oh, it was this morning it happened, it was during day it happened. Mhm. So even something like if I went to doctor or I did something, even which could be whatever I read Murli this morning, mhm, it feels so far. It's like, oh yes, I did. Mhm. So I have to keep asking Bhumi Ben, when was it? She said this morning. When was it? This morning. I said, really? So then I see what is going on here. That anything happening in the past looks like far past. Mhm. Because one of the very subtle burden which we carry within us is from the past, right? And also our present thoughts connected with the past. So present thoughts either will be connected with the future or with the past. But as we are on pilgrimage of remembrance, you will find your thoughts are more connected with future. Future not in the sense of worry of future or thinking about what will be future, like somewhere deeply your sanskars will emerge from of the future. That has to be the experience of our final stage of journey, because when we are moving from iron age to golden age in confluence age, then our sanskars of golden age will emerge. But when past becomes like, yes, it did happen, but as I said, it feels very, very far, very past. Not only that, it gets faded very quickly. So today, since morning, I was thinking, oh, this happened. But then, okay, there's not kind of a big impact or thought about it. So I was wondering that maybe this could be one of the experience for us, that as we moving forward, soul will remain very light. So on one side, the light of the soul will keep sparkling because of our purity, level of purity, degrees of purity increasing. And then as we are on remembrance, our burden is being removed. But third, also, when there is no burden from the past, we're not carrying anything. Because lightness also is I'm not carrying any baggage. Right? Some souls share recently that there's a lot of baggage amongst us also for each other. And that also is a subtle burden, what anyone did and what anyone said. And there are always certain things which we all can carry for each other. Right? And if I have to be light, then I have to just leave those baggages. Right? One sister was sharing that how because of the fire, they could ask us to vacate any day. So if I have to leave, so I have my bag ready so that I can carry that and leave. And since I heard that, I said, it's true, because ultimately mm, you carry one bag, you can't carry whole house, right? Once there was Gayan in center, fire at one of the centers. There were only two sisters. One was making bhog. And when she saw this big fire taking, and she knew next thing will be whole building in fire, but everyone wanted her to come out. And she said, what should I take? So one brother said, maybe I should throw this fridge from the window, maybe this, maybe this. But she said, oh, at least let me take some petty cash. Same happened when there was a big earthquake in Japan. So sister there, was a big earthquake and everyone had to run out, had to come out. So she has a very little purse with some money. She said, at least take me this if I have to get something. And when she came out after when earthquake was settled, there were so many, good families. When they came out, they had nothing, right? Like what to take, what to take, what to take. By the time they had to run out. So she was giving $5 to someone for tea. She was giving $5 to someone to buy something. She felt happy because she was able to help many neighbors and they all were friends, many Sindhi families, many good families because center was in a very good area. And wherever she went, she said, oh, you need something? Okay, at least have a cup of tea. So it's always like what to take. If it's fire, I have to vacate. If it's earthquake, I have to do it. I remember one time I was in Delhi and there were many earthquakes. Like it was in Gujarat and then in Delhi. So in Gujarat was a big, big damage. And I was in Delhi at that time. Everyone slept with proper dress because if I have to run out, and everyone had a small bag with two sets of clothes. So everyone was like ready to leave with one bag. Then I was thinking that, okay, that's physical. But when soul has to leave body, I can't carry anything, right? You can have diamond rings, you can have this, that, whatever, wealth, you can't take it. So what I carry with me? What I carry with me? Which bag I will carry? So as physically I cannot carry everything, which we always should remember. But what I carry in the way of sanskars in the soul. So actually, we talk about sanskars as if it's sanskars of good karmas. But what is within the soul is light and might. Light and might means that's really within mind, light and might is mind, intellect, sanskars. So what I carry is the maximum that sparkle of purity, light. And might is that as much now at present, my degrees of qualities, virtues, and powers. Virtues and powers also, because at this time, if I apply them, they are real. Not only in my thoughts, I have tolerance or I have love, but in practical, towards the end of confluence stage, use maximum of virtues and powers because that becomes your might. So light and might is what really will go with me. Even we say good sanskars will go, but those good sanskars are also adding to the light and might, no? Because mind and intellect gets merged, then there is no body. Only what is soul, soul is without body, mm, light and might. Intellect, mind, they are all abilities within the soul but merged, but light and might. So when Baba says become double light, so today when I was saying that how quickly past gets faded, no? Not only from mind but even from feelings. Mm. It feels like, okay, you fell, but no, it's okay. Good feelings, lovely feelings, Baba's remembrance. So, this is how each one of us can notice your connection with the time, your connection with the past, how much you carry past or past carries you. The past also carries you, know, and how much future is pulling me, or Baba is pulling me, or my stage of perfection is pulling me. So as much you must be going through some of these experiences, but I am relating because today I strongly felt, I said there is something happening to me. Why? It's like anything, things happen, or even with the physical way. I even forget, oh, last night this happened. Because there is so much at present to enjoy, why I'm going to think about past, right? There is so much I have to create future. So past is past. So one burden, so feeling double light, being double light is called angelic state. And Brahma Baba was number one. These days, all the time in front of me, the example of Brahma Baba, Dadi Prakashmani, all Dadis, but then Dadi Janki. Look at them, because they are our ancestor souls. They are models in front of us, example. Yeah, we can do also. Otherwise, how we say it's too difficult. How can we do it? Well, look at the others, how they did it. So double light is the angelic stage, right? And then from this, your angelic state, the thoughts, it really quickly connects you with home, with subtle regions both. One time Baba had said, Avek Babdala, activities of subtle regions are of the pure thoughts. All the activity in the sense of communication, or even like when I am there, how the message is received is so clear what Baba is saying. It's just energy of purity. Because that's where Baba, give drishti, take you just completely beyond the body. That means everything connected with the world, physical world, you are out of it. And then, of course, you can uh, communicate with Baba. You can experience Baba as Baba's ocean, Baba is bestower, Baba is fortune maker. You experience everything. And also, if Baba has certain signals to give, directions to give, these days, like, some when they offer bhog, they say they want message. It's not practical to bring message for each one. And generally these days, Baba gives a very general message, and which is meant for all of us, for everyone. Unless really there is a particular situation, because what Baba will say, bless you, Before I remember, whenever, even in Madhuban, one time I was offering bhog for many Lokik ancestor souls, and many families had to meet after. Baba said, first thing you have to forget mm, how that soul left body. Because you remember, that soul doesn't remember. Let's say someone left body in accident or someone left body by any kind of physical ailment. So we keep remembering she was so much in pain, she was suffering so much. And that soul left and soul forgot, right? So why are you remembering and putting sorrow in you? So Baba said, first thing, always forget about whatever the end, the way physical or the end was physically for that soul. So think of soul now, free from all that. That's why, like this morning, when Sister Jayanti was saying, looking at Dadi towards end, I also went to see her in hospital. She opened eyes, she looked at me, but she carried her body with whatever difficulty was because she really wanted to sustain Yagya and serve us. But then finally, when body is really, just imagine 104 years, the body, tiny body, had been used, amazing that she internally decided that this body now won't be useful for service. So she flew. So first thing Baba always said, but what we remember, not what in the end. Then Dari said, oh, I want to go to Shantivan. And Hansaben thought, anyway, whatever doctors they were able to do, but they were also not able to do much, because as I said, when body is so old, and whatever needed as medically can be in global hospital also. So she said, I want to go. So Hansaben talked to doctors and they said, fine, you can take her. She arranged. They reach in global hospital, Baba's hospital, and they kept her and whatever care was necessary. But then by that time, knockdown, what they call it, uh, lockdown happened, right? So that means people couldn't travel. So it was in time for them to receive in global hospital, and it was okay for Dadi to leave. After that, maybe they wouldn't have allowed her to travel across the border. But she always, I want to go to Shantivan because she knew that it's not many days. Even we all always expect more. We were also saying day by day, day by day news was different. So in that, what I'm saying is a very common message Baba always gives. First thing we have to all take out from our mind how that soul left body because that's not good for that soul. Now you look at the soul free, liberated, and then if someone is getting ready for another trip, like we finish one trip, now we're getting ready for another trip, what you do? Good wishes, have good trip, right? So what we say to those souls, have good trip because they will be entering another body and will be on onwards journey, right? So that becomes a very generally the message Baba every time will give. And of course, when we offer bhog, Baba has to invoke them. So it's that connection with God which happens. We all are also ancestor souls, right? Do you think bhog is being offered for us also? It was so interesting. Someone sent a very short story that one person used to like to eat addos. So he was passing from somewhere and the addos was smelling and he said, "Oh, I love these addos." And but anyway, he went in because he was invited there. So the priest there, when he said, "I love addos," said, "They have cooked here addos, but it's not the season." Mm. So this priest said that you are the one who was this is your son, and he's offering you when you were his father. That's why they cooked the addos. So he said, "Oh, really?" And I remember someone came to me many years ago and brought some, saris, things like, and food. So I said, "What is all this?" This is for Sharad. So I said, "What I have to do? I don't take anything of Sharad." Then she keeps saying, "When I was offering bhog, I saw you in my this relationship." And I said, "Why don't I bring it right here?" And that was like 40, 45 years ago. And I was like, now I realize it's true. I mean, whatever her relationship, and that was her belief. But I said, okay, give, I will put in Baba's Bandara. But since then, I realized that for bhog is being offered for all of us. We offering, they offering. That is why I told everyone, you all should offer because they offering for us. So each one I was telling, even our sisters, put something in Baba's box, each one of you, for bhog for yourself, right? We share. Everyone is offering and offering for me also. Why don't I also share? I don't know how many of you understand, but time is up now. So that means this is what is Baba's general message, and so be double light, and always think that what will go with me is my light and might. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Today is Saturday. So, welcome to Awake the Journey. And let's see what Awake the Balak has to say today.
Did you all experience your beautiful angelic form? Did you experience Baba opening his arms and dearly waiting for us? It's the land of angels. Every Saturday, we celebrate our Subtle Region Day. Welcome to Subtle Region. Oh, don't forget to bring a picture of an angel during our angelic dance.
Thank you. So, of course, it's Angelic Day, and today we have special guest. So our guest is Sister Wadi. She is from Miami. She's our very, very, very senior sister, and she will be taking interview today for Mohini Didi. Okay, so welcome, Wadi Ben.
connected me. There we go. Om Shanti. Bhumi, how much time do we have?
Let's see how we go.
All right, okay. Om Shanti, Sister Mohini. It's uncanny because a number of the questions that I had, you've actually answered. Not least the one about to do with time. Do you spend your time in the present? What, if any, are the thoughts of the past? And how about the future? So you've touched on that already, but I wanted to ask you in relation to today's Murli. Baba used a very interesting word. I don't know how it translates in Hindi, but it was interesting for me in that he said, Baba has come to console you. And it's such a beautiful word. And it just gave this image of Baba being comforting and so tender and so lovely. And I was wondering, because I think your image has always been one of great strength. Did you ever allow yourself to be vulnerable in front of Baba, allow yourself to be sad, or to acknowledge that you made a mistake, and that Baba consoled you? Do you have a story in relation to that, either with Sakkar Baba or Avyakt?
It's very, very interesting question. I must say that Body Ben is a very, very loyal and royal child of Baba. Very, very loyal from day one until now, with Dadis, with Yagya, even until now. Very, very loyal, very honest. So, this aspect of consolation, it's like comforting. I have certain things in my relationship with God, and I will try to remember if there is something like that. But I always thought that I should go in front of God very happy, very cheerful, never go with my problems, my worries, never, because I thought that I'm going for blessings. For what? So, blessing comes when I have something, right? In the sense of like I am cheerful, I never go with problems. To surprisingly, not to Brahma Baba, even to Dadis, I never went with problems. I went to confirm something, get blessings from them. So I will sit in front of Baba. Even before coming to Gyan, when I went, we had a big temple, and I will sit in front of God's goddesses, these idols, I will sit so content. Because anyway, I am a contented soul from childhood. But I went so content. I say, well, let them bless me. When I went in front of Abhyag Baba, I never have any expectation in the sense of that he will give me this. Because I feel he is giving, let me take it instead of wasting my thought in asking something. He's giving, let me take. Because I always have my relationship with God as a bestower, that he just bestow, he multiplies. So in for by doing elevated action, charitable, or for yagya, because I feel he will multiply and give back, right? But what happens that there are certain things you need like proper answers. Sometimes you are not clear. That's where I find Baba comforting, in the sense of, let's say, certain local present situations. And like Baba a few days ago is kind of saying, child, you all will have enough time. And I say, it won't be day tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you will have enough. So that kind of comforting, in the sense of clearing my intellect with certain signals, that I could feel it. But generally, I really never go for, because I don't believe in sympathy. I, in the sense of, even when my body is not well, I don't like people to come with the face like, oh, why are you going through nothing? I People look at me and they say, "Oh, you look so well. You look so well." I feel very happy because that had been my foundation, my relationship with God. That I will stay in this dignity. I am your child, and you fulfill my whole needs. What I else I have to come to you for? Because I feel He is giving. So let me take it what He is giving. But you are true that for certain subtle things, I did feel few times that by giving answers to me in a clear way, it's like consolation to me. That child, yes, this will happen, and you go ahead, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And a question that I had, but you answered it, but I'd like you to elaborate on it. It was actually a question from Manda, and it was, how does this exchange take place in the subtle region between you and Baba? How does the communication take place? And what you said moments ago was that it's the energy of purity. Can you elaborate on that? That it's the energy of purity that
No,
makes the exchange or the communication happen?
no, no. See what? Of course, going in trance, Baba's gift, right? So I go there. It's not my, it's not me, but Baba invokes me and I am there. But the communication which happens, like what Baba is saying, because there is no sound, only what I hear, what I see is Baba's lips, like it's moving. But it's like something is being, I don't know, typed or, something is narrated so clearly. And that is the pure thought, energy of pure thoughts. So I think you all remember once Baba, Avyak Baba had said all the activity of subtle regions is through the pure thought. But
Mm-hmm.
even I can't, I don't know how to describe that. Without hearing, you hear everything. Exactly like, somebody is talking to me. This is next, this is next, this is next. So it's the, I think the language of once you are in subtle region, in your subtle form, the language is of silence, right? That means he's saying it without sound, but you still understand. I don't know in
Mm-hmm.
what more words I can explain, but that's where I said. But many times, let's say if I am not gone for offering bhog and Dadi Gulzar sits there and I also sit really, really with total concentration and I could just feel what Baba is going to say through
Oh,
Dadi Gulzar.
wow.
Almost similar. And so I think that is again, that's why I feel everyone can experience Baba in subtle regions. But our attention has to be not going there, but in a very pure, subtle, that means we have to develop our intellect in such a subtle way where you understand just the bhavna and the pure intentions of everyone. See, we
Mm-hmm.
try only through words, not bhavna. I think if we, the language of bhavna is silent, but it's very powerful. Dadi Janki one time said, you might remember, as instruments we used to sit, and one or two new instrument will come, and Dadi will say certain things. So we will whisper in Hindi, Dadi, they don't understand these things. They might not understand. Dadi said, it's their fortune. If they have good bhavna, they will understand. And if not, then okay too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when I will sit for
Yes.
translation, she enjoyed even my language, might be English, might be less than others, but she said, you understand what I am saying. You understand my
Mm-hmm.
bhavna, what I am saying. So I thought one of the way
Mm-hmm.
to develop our subtle intellect is to understand people's bhavna. More we start understanding bhavna of everyone, the intellect will become subtle because then you're not only trying to meanings of the words, weighing the words, this one, that way, but they are temporary, okay. But reality and the power is within that bhavna. In other words, our pure feelings in each other. That
Ah,
capacity can be developed so that when you are with subtle Baba, awake Baba Dada, or with in angelic form, you will be able to get many signals very clearly.
mm, I like
But
that. And I
because
suppose if you
we get
are,
so much trapped still into the physical, into the verbal aspect, physical, so we don't go above, you know. And of course, one gift is trance, but other gift is, can we still directly communicate with Baba? It will be so good, right, for all of us.
mhm. You had said last week, Sister Mohini, that I've forgotten what the context was, but the subtle regions are getting more quiet. What did you mean by that?
No, because in the beginning, like many trans messengers will go and we will take message, bring message, and it was there. I know Dadi Janki also when I go to London for call of time. Many times she wanted messages and it was happening, and now Dadis are not there, and we kind the activity of just going with messages, bringing messages, offering bhog is still going on. So that's why I said it's not much activity as it used to be before. So, and now we know because our Baba, Vyag Bab Dada, is also waiting for us so that we all can go home. And as I
Mm,
mentioned, that souls, there are so many souls ready to go for liberation, but doors are not open yet. And we know
mhm,
who is going to open it. No?
mhm,
So I think it's this transition which is happening more going towards home now than of the subtle regions. So Baba's part also, and then I feel Baba is more present now with us, than in subtle regions only.
hmm. So, your part at the moment. You referenced, that we had the daddies in front of us as examples, and of course, um, not wishing to you know seem like I'm praising or anything, but we also have you as an example in front of us, and everyone is astonished even now after 6 months that you are still playing this role. You will, when you talk about your earlier days, then one theme that is there throughout, and we know it on the basis of our own experience with you, is that you are an initiator, that you're a creator. In other words, you've played the role so many times in different places and in relation to different projects as being like little Brahma, the creator. But this phase that you're in, from my perspective, and I'm sure others too, you really are Vishnu, that you're really sustaining the family in a very, very particular way, and that you have taken that responsibility or duty to heart, that you're doing it from your heart. Um, where does Shanker come into this? So you're Brahma, you're Vishnu. Is there a role for Shanker?
So, very interesting. But one thing I must tell you that, you all have to start trusting God 100%, looking at me. Why I'm saying it? Because I feel whatever I couldn't do, which
Mm-hmm.
I should have done, whether for my stage or for all the souls I should be sharing, Baba is making that happen. And of course, one thing I was very known was for creating in the beginning. Go to different centers, go here, go there, and but then of course I knew that one time when I came to New York, one of the ways and when I used to walk on the streets, it was a small center. I came from a very big center in India. I never went to bank or I didn't need it to go in train or so Baba, I'm walking and Baba is saying, your part is of Vishnu now. You have to sustain because I never stayed at one center. So anyway, I think that is happening. Now Shankar is using power of yoga. And I 100% believe that all solutions come from yoga. It could be silence, it could be, uh, whatever different ways of yoga, could be remembrance, it could be through your pure thoughts. But all the energy, Baba said in Murli, power of yoga, that I believe from very beginning. So Shankar role is incognito. Brahma Vishnu role, Baba says you play, obviously. But Shankar role is that when you are able to do something, crossing all the obstacles using power of yoga. And I tell sisters here, Baba has created yagya in this house. We are offering bhog, only two sisters making bhog since 6 months. So Baba has given us a yagya and we want to keep it free from obstacles. Let's remain positive. And of course, Bhumi has taken the slogan, never give up. So whatever, so many subtle obstacles, physical obstacles come, but using power of yoga is playing part of Shankar. So all of us, I think,
Beautiful.
the incognito part of Shankar is to, through tapasya and yoga, keep solving, keep moving the obstacles, which I think in 5 months, what wouldn't have happened, scenes of drama always, keep changing, but we didn't see them as with the determination and knowing that, it's like many souls write us, one soul from other continents, that what the family is really, I feel like I am part of the family now. So I think whatever Baba wants to give to the children, anyone becomes instrument. So a Vyakti Parivar team has become the instrument to, and then everyone in whatever way you all are cooperating, it's really accomplishment of Baba's task and the yagya which Baba has created, right? Someone wrote just today, I was reading that is, even biggest production company, one producer is writing, hasn't created uh, production or so many shows constantly for 5 and a months. No one can do it, no company. Another day, another lady came with production and she said, the way you all produce, no one can do it. So I don't know. I mean, we hear all these things, but we are doing it in a very loveful way. Everyone is happy, joyful. I keep asking translators, are you okay? You had been translating every evening. Oh, I do only twice a week. I do only twice. They are so light and happy.
Mm.
So I think it's Baba definitely helping all of us to feel as a family. I mean, we could never meet 5 months every evening. We're seeing each other. Amazing, no? So much happiness.
But the, but just this feeling that I suppose even when you were playing the role of creator and then Vishnu, whatever it is, always the feeling that you're doing it for others. Um, to me, this is one of the definitions of Maharatis, is that they have the big picture and not just in terms of a vision, but then carrying through in terms of tending to that. And so, do you primarily think in terms of that you're doing it for Baba, you're doing it for the world, you're doing it for the Brahmin family, for yourself? Is there any one of those that's more prominent than the other?
It is, I remember Dadi Janki so much because she's the one who put me into many things. When I went to London, whenever, oh, you can you explain me all these IT things? They're asking for this money, this, but you help me now publishing. Can you create harmony? Can you do this? And then, of course, little bit of my interest in media, little bit interest on filming, all these areas. And then time came like few years ago, I kept delegating and I said, no, I did enough now. So I think that Dadi Janki also had that vision for me a lot. And I don't know, I think I get like Baba just tells me internally, I feel do this. And Dadi Prakash Mani had same vision with me. You will do it. You can definitely do it, you know. So when they keep 100% trust, so I would say combination, I enjoy it and like to think new, like to think different, and definitely more global so that everyone can benefit. And I love everyone, you know, the world, or definitely I have this, I love everyone. And so it's for self, for the world, or, and one thing in my heart always is to do what Baba wants. I want Baba's every thought and word to see it in practical. That's my definitely is that's what I would want God. And I know that that's why I mentioned that blessings are very important with efforts. And that is we have to do to please Baba. Even he is always pleased, but his task and what he wants from our stage, we have to fulfill that, you know. So with the blessings come, it's very, very easy. Everything is easy and attainable.
Okay, and another question. I know time may be a concern. There were some questions I wanted to ask you in relation to Daddy, but first, a question is, what is the difference in the Aviac stage and the angelic form? Is there a difference? What's the difference? And what's your experience of that, both in terms of when you're offering bhog and even as you in real time come closer to your calamities stage? How do you experience those?
It's little complicated. I have to think about it. It's like see when I go to Baba in angelic stage or in subtle regions, actually your stage is kind of perfect stage. When say perfect stage, because when I sit here and Bhog is in front of me, it doesn't, I don't have a single thought after that in my mind. It's completely silent, and then I keep start, you know, this pull upwards. And that means you are completely free from whatever you as a self is, because that's the gift I find, and that's why I enjoy it. Offering Bhog is for me tempting only because I could spend some time with Baba, but in that stage. And that gives me kind of this is what the stage should be. Sometimes I tell Baba, can I stay longer? Can I be in that? Because it's so beautiful and so light. And so then I think that karma, this stage, you know, which I do experience now once in a while, I do feel when, you know, how actions, you know, anything from the past, present, doesn't have any influence on the mind, you know. So the feelings remain always very clean, pure, elevated. For momentary, maybe certain things come in the mind, but they're not in the feelings. So I think karmatit stage is a freedom from all the influences, consequences, or reactions from any type of past karmas, whether they are praise, whether they are deformation, whether they are victory, whether they are anything, you know. So one, I mean, I do feel once in a while that I am quite beyond, you know. And of course, whatever is
And
there,
so that would,
yeah.
no, that would be the angelic stage. The the experience of the karmatic stage would be the same as the angelic stage.
Oh, it's like no freedom, no, which you have.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Okay.
because angel is also free in a way, has wings, can fly.
Mm,
And karmatit also in a different way. It is more like jivan mukti. That
mm,
means you are in life, but you are liberated.
yeah.
So angel's freedom and karmatit stage, like, that freedom, that is common.
I'm curious, Mohini Ben, because angels is such a part of the Western tradition. Not so, oops, am I getting a signal?
No, no,
not
it's
so,
okay.
not so much in Hinduism in the way that they are here. And this to me shows that Baba's the father of all, talking about the angelic stage, which we can relate to perhaps a little easier. But did Bharatwasis have any difficulty at all in relating to the angelic stage when Baba started talking about this, about becoming angels rather than just deities, or that angelic is the in between stage of the Brahman and the deity? Was it an unusual thing? I've never heard any other teacher in India speak about it.
There is a Hindi word for angels, farishta.
Yeah, but it's not the same as, they're still deities with little wings.
Because that's the image they hold, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something like fairies,
Right.
but
So it wasn't.
that's also angels. But then, we have so many different images, like statues of angels,
Uh-huh.
but that's not common in India.
No. No.
So
It's
whenever
interesting.
we take a angelic and little angel gift, they like it very much.
Yeah.
But basically, they have of Hanuman, Ganesh, and Sri Krishna, and
Right.
but it is also true, no, because those souls who are connected with golden age, or silver age, they will always think about the deity souls, right?
Right. Right.
Deity images. But then after that, all the prophets, they later on start talking about the angels. So
Angels.
naturally,
Yeah.
it's little difference, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Baba
How are we
talks
doing
lot
for
of
time?
Baba talks lot about angelic state, no?
No, that's the point, is that's why I say he's the father of humanity, because
Yeah.
angels are something that are there in every other tradition.
Mm.
And, it's just not an effort you hear
So
of other people making.
yeah,
Yeah.
Westerners trying to connect with deities, and Indians are trying to connect with angels. So again, it's very good. Appreciating each other's
This is good.
memorials are
This is
different.
good.
Mm.
Yeah. Just one final question, if we have the time, and it's something I would like to discuss further with you. But in terms of, I can relate it to the subtle regions. What role does it play in relation to, again, I'm thinking of Daddy, right? All the other daddies have gone too, and they had equal importance. But Dadi Janki, as you know, close to our heart, and because it's such a short time ago. And I sometimes feel that she stayed in that body not just for us or for the sake of service, but because she didn't want to take another one. And I sometimes wonder, how do they manage in their new lives without Baba? When every fiber of their being was for Baba, and now they don't, it's not even like, say, Daddy Gulzar at the moment. She still has the support of the whole Brahmin yajna. But for these other souls, I don't know if you've thought about it, or if you can tell me, how do you see, because it's so hard for me to imagine Dadi Janki without Baba.
No, why you think this way? Because you ask Baba, no? Don't think of Dadi. Think of Baba. That
Okay.
there is a way that Baba stays with Dadi.
Okay.
My feeling is that she is still with Baba.
Yeah.
So it's Baba who is still holding her.
Mm-hmm.
It's not she has to do anything.
Okay.
This is what
Nice.
whenever I go to certain regions, like Baba is with her. So wherever that soul is, Baba is with her, and some kind of service or magic, whatever it is. That means she is not without Baba.
Yeah.
Like in golden age, we say Baba won't be there, but Baba, see
Baba.
our divinity, purity, somewhere
Yes.
Baba is connected.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Baba
That
is with
yeah.
Baba is with Dadi Janki. That
Yeah.
means Dadi Janki is with Baba. So don't even try to imagine without Baba, right?
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you for that. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
Always thinks that's what when Jayanti Ben Hansa Ben, in the beginning when Dadi left body, many times Baba sent message for them. Even before Dadi was leaving body, Baba sent message for Hansa Ben. Dadi is with you as an angel, and she will remain.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why when I heard Jayanti Ben saying, or even Hansa Ben said, so I think that we have always to see angel, but angel is with the God, no?
Yes.
Angel
Nice.
with the God. Always they are together.
Right.
Don't
Right.
think of physical manifestation,
Nice.
but always think of soul to God and the
Yeah.
relationship of a angel and God.
Oh, that's beautiful, Mohini Ben. Because the traditional idea of the angel, they talk about the angel as having 5 faces, one on each side and one on the top of the head, so that wherever they look, they only see God.
All right.
Yeah, so that's a nice image. I like
That's
that.
nice.
Thank you very, very much. That was lovely. Really
You
appreciate it.
said we all enjoyed too. We come to know something new.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Body Band. Much love.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have moment of remembrance.
Shanti, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wariben.
Oh,
That
pleasure.
was
Thank
so
you,
beautiful.
Rohi. Thank you for inviting
And
me.
I think we are not satisfied yet, because it seems like that you have much more questions, and we are enjoying
No,
your questions also.
no, that was
So
beautiful. That was a
can we
lovely
invite you
ending.
again?
Sure.
Can we invite
Anytime.
you again
Anytime.
to be continued with you? Do you all agree with me? Yes. I know it's so amazing. It's so late, but everyone is still there with us. So thank you very much. And thank you to Didi. Thank you to
Mohini Ben.
Wadi.
Yes, really.
And just last, our homework for tomorrow. Let's hear the homework.
By being seated on Bapdada's heart throne, let's experience this Swaman. I am an angel who is to become a deity.
Thank you. So our practice for tomorrow. I am an angel and so a deity. So let's remember Baba now.